All right. What is going on, everybody? And welcome on back to another brand new episode of the Cinema Lords podcast. Episode number 27. And for those of you watching on YouTube right now, you can see that I'm in full summer attire. I'm ready for the summer. We got some of blockbusters going off every other week right now. We just had The Flash. Then we had Transformers. We got Indiana Jones this week. Mission Impossible next week. Oppenheimer, Barbie coming. A lot of summer movies. We're in full swing now, so I'm very excited about that. We also got, as always, a lot to talk about tonight. We have a couple movie reviews. Got a few shows to talk about because it's been a while since we talked to you guys. It's been almost a month, I think. And then we have a new trailer as well that we're going to dive into. So a lot to talk about as always. Before we get there, though, let's go around the horn as per usual. First up, on the ones and twos, you know him very well at this point. He knows all the topics. He plays all the positions. He is our utility man, the Mighty Moose. Seth, how we doing?
What's up, boys? Good to be back. Well, Friday night, spectacular too. Love it. Yep. Summer night, which means just sangria going around the podcast table to be talked about. So
the moose is loose.
It's good to be back. The moose is on the loose. So yeah, good to be back. We got a lot to talk about. So I'm happy to be back in the studio with the boys.
Yeah, first time that we're recording on a Friday, I think, ever. But then my co-host for this evening, you guys know him well, but not used to seeing him on this side of the table. It's the human soundboard himself, Mr. K. Lose. How we doing, baby?
I'm doing well.
Excited to be on this side?
Yeah, excited to be on this side. It's a big responsibility. Hopefully I can live up to the hype.
I'm sure you got
But no better way to, cap off a Friday, long work week, talking our favorite topics. Enjoying a nice sangria. Delicious.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
So nutritious.
It's a nice time. Summer's here, like I said. Get a little sangria going. I was going to drink mine out of a pineapple, but I fucked up the carving. The friggin' thing.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Too cool.
Sick.
Too cool for you.
Yeah, it was going to be sick. But like I was saying, a lot of summer blockbusters. And with that, we get a couple of big summer trailers. Things that they are going to, start hyping up for the second half of the calendar year. And we got a big one yesterday. If you guys were watching back in January when we did our preview for the year, I said that by far and away the movie that I'm most anticipating is Dune 2. That was also the movie that, not even just for this year, that's the most anticipated movie I've had since Dune 1. And then before that, I don't even know. I mean, probably Return of the King, I think, which is funny because I think if Dune can put out a good second and a good third, as good as the first or a little bit better, you're talking Lord of the Rings territory. You know what I mean? The best trilogy. That's just my opinion. But we got a Dune 2 trailer yesterday, and I've already watched it, I believe, 8 times, I want to say. This trailer is unbelievable. Just the trailer alone, like the cinematography in the trailer is obscene. I love that everything looks to scale, just like in the first one. Everything looks fucking huge. Like everything looks massive. But I mean, this trailer literally, like I said, I watched it 8 times. I feel like it's absolutely incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, that just blew me away just watching it just now. I just watched it for the first time. I was like, holy shit, that looks fucking... I don't know if it was the sound or what, but like you said, like the deserts...
Looks awesome.
Huge.
Yeah, they all do. Like the scale of the first movie was incredible. Obviously, as soon as you watch the trailer, you have the music kick in, which is awesome. That music fucking gets me every single time. Just gets me excited. I don't know what it is. Sets a little like goosebumps on my arm. But we saw a lot. It looks like Zendaya is definitely going to be like a massive, massive, massive part of this movie. See her kick ass a couple times, which I'm excited for that too. It looks like she fucks up some people. We got a good look again at Austin Butler, which those black and white scenes, Austin Butler, he looks awesome. We get a little shot of him and Timothée Chalamet's character, Paul Atreides. They have a little like I said, I think actually we talked about it, but they're supposed to have like an ongoing rivalry. Like they fight multiple times, and sometimes this guy gets the better, and sometimes the other guy gets the better. So it looks like this is going to be kind of like the first battle between them two, maybe the first 2 battles, who knows. But we got a couple looks at that. We got a first look at Christopher Walken, which he seems to be like powerful in this movie. Wild, you know what I mean? I couldn't be like for sure, but it seemed like he might have been like Florence Pugh's dad, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That was just like a vibe that I got because obviously she was like confiding in him.
I didn't see her in the second one, that trailer just now, right?
Yeah, she was in it like for like 2 seconds. Like I said, she talks to Christopher Walken, and one of the lines that she has is Paul Atreides is still alive. And that's the first time that they go to Christopher Walken, like he opens his eyes and shit, and it's just like, oh shit, like this is on. So he seems like a second big bad on top of the ones that we already got.
Looks like not his world though. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Walken. Walken can do some. He's more talented than I fucking think a lot of people realize.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people just see him as like that kooky guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think he can deliver if it's the right role. Los, what do you think about this second trailer?
No, I think it shows that it's going to pick up a lot from the first episode. I think it's going to be a lot more action, which I'm all about. I'm a simpleton. I love the action. I love the fight scenes. So
Yeah, you know that coming.
yeah, but you never know. I mean, it's going to be a long movie, so I'm sure it's going to have some slower moments and some build up as well. But
For sure.
I mean, the trailer looks awesome, so I'm excited.
I'm very, very excited. Like, I was already anticipating it very much, but we're only 125 days away. 125 days away. We also see a lot of Josh Brolin in this trailer, which is a little surprising. I mean, I thought it was weird that they just kind of, not spoiler, but I honestly, right from the gate, I remember when we walked out, because we saw it together, and me and Ledoux were talking, I was like, I don't think Brolin's character's dead. I was like, they leave his life kind of in the balance, but I was like, that kind of feels like the character that if he's going to die, you'd see it on screen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he would not be an off-screen death in
Right.
any facet of any movie.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of fucking weird.
Unless it's obvious.
Right. But then, like, obviously he comes into this, and he seems like he's going to be a big part of this movie as well. Like, they showed him and Paul Atreides' characters basically, like, finding each other for the first time since the battle in the beginning of the first movie. I don't know. They showed a good amount. I was surprised by that. I was like, I thought we'd keep more of the Brolin character, like, under wraps a little bit. You know what I mean?
They put a lot into that trailer.
Yeah.
A lot of it out there. Like, Batista was all over it, too.
Yep. 3 minutes long.
He had a lot of...
It seems like Batista and Josh Brolin are going to have a bit of a rivalry as well. Like Paul Atreides and Austin Butler's character, and then I think it seems like they're going to have a little character too. A little rivalry too. Batista, as soon as he saw him, like, that was a good line. He was just like, "Look who's come back from the dead," and I was just like, "Hell yeah, let's go!"
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, most anticipated movie for this year. I cannot fucking wait. I stuck my fucking flag in the ground for that first movie. Like, I told everybody, I was like, this movie's gonna be awesome. Like, it's gonna be the next big thing. It's gonna be the next big world. Like I said, like Lord of the Rings, or the original Star Wars trilogy, or the next Star Wars trilogies even. But like, it's gonna be the next big fucking thing. And I could have been totally wrong and looked like a total jackass, but I feel like as soon as I walked out of there, I was like, fuck it, let's go, man. Yeah,
they backed you up.
it sure did. Villanueva, he's awesome, man. He just delivers bangers. We talked about that too, but Sicario, Prisoners, Blade Runner, he just bangs. He hits.
And every movie you just mentioned is like a good looking movie. Like the like everything, like Sicario was wicked good, like good looking, and yeah, he pulls that off.
He can shoot the shit out of it.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. He's a very, very talented guy. But yeah, November 3rd, Dune 2. Make sure you guys go check it out. Definitely gonna hit IMAX for that one. Gotta hit IMAX. Between the big screen, that's gonna make that scale of that movie look even bigger, and then obviously the speakers. You want that fucking those drums and shit hitting. I'm very excited. I'm excited to see Chalamet ride that fucking word too. That thing is gonna be. That's sick. That's another thing that they gave away.
The Alaskan bullworm.
The more that they give away in this trailer, the more to me, like, that means that this movie is gonna be like epic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I feel like bad movies that are just trying to get people to go see them put all their best shit in the trailer because it's like, this is all we got.
Like
Let's
Michael Keaton in The Flash.
We're gonna get to the Flash. But I mean.
Maybe not
problem is,
bad movie,
the
but
fucking
things
Snyder
that are
cultists, man.
yeah, or like right.
They'd rather
I
just
know how you feel about
they'd rather just we'll get there too. They just rather watch their world die than go and like check out characters that they supposedly love, which is a big difference between them and Marvel fans. Even like I feel like even for Marvel movies that people aren't super hyped, like we'll see for instance for like the Marvels, which is the next one coming out in November. Like, even though it's not probably a lot of people's favorite characters, a lot of people are still going to turn out to go see it because it's the next line in the Marvel story. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Whereas people at DC, they're all a bunch of scumbags. They want this, they want that. Bring back this verse, bring back that.
Just
cut.
like no,
exactly.
I don't want to watch it. No,
exactly. And they're just like they fucking want to see it tank in the box office. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, like I said, we'll get to the Flash. We'll get there because we checked it out. So we're gonna be reviewing that one to come. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for the Dune trailer, right? Any last thoughts? Anything else?
No.
Word? All right. We have a ton of shows to dive into. Now, before we get to the ongoing ones, let's talk to Mr. Moose. He finally decided to dive into Yellow Jackets after we told him countless times to check it out. He finally dove in. You have, 2 episodes left in season 2?
2 left.
2 left
Just
in
2.
season 2.
That's all. Just 2.
What do you have for thoughts so far?
So I mean, first off, season 1's way better than season 2.
Agreed.
So I really do enjoy it. I like the back and forth, both the kid characters and the adult characters like Juliette Lewis, the girl from 2.5 Men.
Yep, Rose.
Christina Ricci. Like, she's probably my favorite character out of all kids.
Oh, she's unbelievable.
Out of all kids and adults, she's definitely my
perfectly
favorite.
casted too.
Yeah. Like, I like the back and forth. My only gripe is the more that you go on, the more they. So, like, at first I'm like, I didn't really like them being adults because you be like watch them as kids and be like, all right, this person lives.
Right.
But then I'm like, oh, all right, that's kind of cool because then you get the story on like how they get there. But the more that season 2 goes on, like, I don't want to spoil it, but like more people come back to the point where it's like there's too many people that are back now.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, who the fuck dies as kids like when they're stranded? Like, what was the last one? I think like Van was the last one that I saw that came back.
Yeah. She's the last one. She's the only other one in season 2.
And that was the one that I was like, oh, like I didn't need to see that. Like, I don't know. I just that's the only thing that's kind of my gripe.
Yeah,
it's just that you see too many of them now as adults that you're like, all right, well, everybody, like Lottie coming back, like that was cool.
If they do another one after this, I will totally agree with you.
Yeah,
Van to me seemed like a weird one to almost die because after she got like mauled by it was a wolf, right?
Yeah.
After she got mauled by that wolf and she survived that, it's almost kind of like to me, it's like all right, it'd be tough to have her survive that just to kill her off. You know what I mean?
But then
like,
you see her. But then at the end of season 1, you see her in the cult with Misty and Lottie.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, all right. Well, if that's how she's gonna go down, then because Misty and now Lottie are still alive, so you're like, all right, maybe that's how she goes down. So I don't know. When she came back, that's when I was like, man, like they're just bringing. They bring too many people back as adults.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I guess it makes it, it's not necessarily a show on like who gets killed off while their kids stranded on this. It's more about the story of when they're stranded.
Correct.
Not necessarily, all right, who's dying off now or, who we eating.
There's still going to be a lot of death to come because there's still a lot of people. There's a lot of kids that are like the no-name kids. You know what I mean? You just see them in the background.
There's still some kids that show up. The last episode I was watching, there was someone, they had like a pink hat on. I was like, am I tripping or have I just not seen this person?
Yeah, no, they probably just threw her in. Like I'm telling you, there's just gonna be random people that just kind of like pop off.
Coach looks like he's next one to go. Coach is struggling right now.
Coach is struggling big time. Coach is struggling big time. Actually, that's a person that would actually be interesting. I mean, that would be interesting if he somehow came into the adult thing and he's just like limping around still on one leg or something. He made it out somehow.
They show like a Lieutenant Dan looking guy.
Yeah.
Back from the dead.
Because if they did that would instantly make me super curious. Like, how did the fuck did he... Like, is this... You'd almost expect there's no way the girls are going to let him live that long. He must leave like he's kind of planning to do and somehow survives on his own.
Nah, he definitely gets eaten.
Well, the last episode I watched was him. He was like on the edge of the cliff about to jump. Like,
oh,
jump
okay.
off.
So, yeah.
He...
And Misty talked him down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell everyone you're gay.
Yeah, right. That was that was the one that really set him off. But no, I mean it's very intriguing. Like ultimately, I do like the back and forth of them being kids and adults. Still waiting on like almost done with 2 seasons now, and still waiting for a payoff of both aspects of like when they're kid, like how do they get off this island, and then
for sure,
or like this in the forest, and then where they're at with adults, where they got a lot of shit going on. So. I mean, it's kept my attention. I love watching it. So yeah, I got to give 2 thumbs up. It's been a good watch so far.
You're in for a big finale. I mean, the finale wasn't great, but there was a real big moment to end the season that really I feel like changes things going forward. Yeah,
got it. Okay.
Yeah, there's a big moment coming that really shocked me.
Nice. That's good to know. Okay.
Yeah. Season 2, I agree. It definitely wasn't as good as the first one, but I still stand by. I think it's the second. It was the second episode. I thought the second episode of season 2 was the best episode that the show's done.
Yeah,
that episode was fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and it banged like the whole way through. It wasn't like just the ending. The whole thing was really, really good. Because I remember rewatching it and be like, yeah, I stand by that opinion. Like 2 was awesome.
Yep.
But there was like one other episode. It might have been like maybe like 5 or it could have been 8 even. I don't know. There was another one I remember really, really liking though.
Yeah, and then
the rest was kind of meh.
Yeah, and then I don't know why I can't think of the main character's name all the time, but Sherry or something like that, like the one for 2.5 Men.
Shannon.
Shannon, yep. Like she's got her own thing going on that's kind of separate from the rest of them as adults.
For sure.
Where you're like, I think the last thing I saw was they found the guy's remains that she killed.
Yep. They found Adam's body.
Yep. So you're like, all right, well, she's fucked.
Yep.
So yeah, no, very interesting. I've been very much enjoying it so far.
Glad you finally decided to check it out. Yep. Love that show.
Appreciate the recommendation. It's been a good watch.
Yeah. If you guys haven't checked it out at home, Yellow Jackets, bang it out. 2 seasons. who the fuck knows when we're going to get season 3? Because this writer's strike, there is no end in sight. I haven't heard one single good thing that means that they're on the right road to be finishing this thing. It's already been like, what, I think five months now, I think, or something like that. It's been a while. Not good. Not good. But let's dive into the rest of our shows here. First, we'll go from, bad to good, basically. First one, we were talking about it, was The Idol. HBO. And Sunday nights, which is, the prime time slot for HBO. And everyone said how, awful this show was, which it is bad. But it definitely hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be based on the reviews I read. And then the other thing was, I was expecting it to be, really, really graphic. And it's been graphic. Again, the same thing. It's been graphic, but it hasn't been, crazy what I expected it to be. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think that this is probably the worst show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really? The worst show you've ever seen?
It is so bad. I don't know why I'm still watching it.
This show right here. This podcast.
Oh, God. It is so bad. It's just... I'm just a bored man, and I got nothing to watch, so I toss it on. But, God, yeah, no. In terms of, the graphicness of it, it's like softcore porn. It's I don't know. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely... It's graphic in a sense.
Definitely.
I don't know. If you're sheltered in
No, I totally hear you. Yeah.
But it's to me,
it's snobby.
It's nothing I've never seen on anything else like Game of Thrones or any of that stuff.
Yeah, Euphoria, even which is the same creator, very similar vibes. But
in terms of the actual show itself, it's so fucking bad. I couldn't care less about any of these characters. Johnny Depp must be fucking just disgusted by what the performance that his daughter gives in this because it's just so bad. The entire show is just absolute trash.
A lot of people saying that they think that she's going to be a major player going forward.
Yeah.
In Hollywood. I don't know. I don't think this is the example to show for
she's horrible, and
The Weeknd is quite literally there's been a lot of times where we see wrestlers or it's singers or somebody from a different occupation who's got a good following and they hop into a movie or something like that. The Weeknd is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Would you
say him or Harry Styles?
Oh, give me Harry Styles every day of every week, dude.
Wow, that's
not even close. Seth, I'm not even joking. It's not even close.
Same thing, Lewis. You'd rather have Harry Styles from
not even a debate. Harry Styles.
Don't worry, darling.
Harry Styles is like Tom Cruise compared to fucking The Weeknd, dude. It's fucking.
Dude, it's so bad, dude.
Oh wow,
it's
so
bad.
I'm not defending him. He doesn't strike me as somebody that looks like he'd be a good actor.
Oh no, awful. It's awful.
Just the whole show is just it's so bad. It's amazing.
Yep. And you know what's
but not in a good sense. I don't enjoy the show. It's just amazing at how poorly they could have made a show.
So it's not even like car wreck where you gotta you want to look away.
No, I don't. Like I said, I don't even want to watch the show anymore. I've watched 4 episodes now, and it has a 5th episode, and then it's been canceled. So
that's a good point. That's
they originally had more episodes from everything I've read, and then at the beginning of the season when it was already getting a bunch of shit, they said that it was going to be a 6-episode season, and then literally just last week they just said it's going to be 5 episodes, and then it's canceled after that. So it's that bad.
Which goes to show that nobody's watching.
You couldn't even squeeze out this 6th episode. What's the difference at this point? They cut off 1 episode.
I think, like he said though, I don't think it was even 6. I think it got cut from whatever it was down
out of 10
to
or okay, yeah. So
I read a few articles about it, and that's the gist that I got was that it was originally supposed to be longer than 6, and then they cut it to 6 because it was getting such poorly reviewed, and then this past week they just said no, we're just gonna do 1 more episode and then it's over.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Which honestly, I'm guilty of hate watching things. This is a prime example of hate watching. But only 4 episodes, 5 max. My hate hasn't even fully developed yet. That's not long enough for my full hatred for the hate to come out.
Yeah, the show's just terrible.
The only thing I will say that I do like about... Actually, you know what? One more thing before the bad. There's a couple of, scenes in this show that actually, would be good scenes if they weren't ruined by having to have the Weeknd song or her song playing.
Yeah.
I think it's the 3rd episode. Remember, they're riding down the strip there.
Yeah,
it was actually a really
that scene was
cool scene.
Yeah, it was probably one of the better scenes, which is embarrassing because it wasn't that great. But
they shot the shit out of it. I thought it was really cool that they shot the whole thing, and even the whole time in the background, like he's going down on her, the driver. I was like, this is honestly like, all right, I get it. Like this is probably what Hollywood's like sometimes.
I'm
like,
blinded by the light.
But dude, it was a terrible song set. It was I can't remember who it was. It was either her or The Weeknd. It was one of
I think it was The Weeknd. Yeah,
I think it was The Weeknd. Yeah. But it's like, some slow like R&B song. It's like that's not the vibe right now. You should be doing like like we're rock star kind of like celebrity vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you had to hit like a good fucking song there, and it really I thought it really took away from one of the only good scenes of the show.
Kiss played in the background or something like this.
Something,
rock and roll,
like,
baby.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like something that kind of almost just says like "fuck you," like you know what I mean? Like we'll do what we want, like we run this city kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like it even could have been rap, but just something harder.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
It's just like all like him, just like
the show's so bad it just makes me even sad thinking about it.
I was actually the only good thing I would say about it is that I do like Hank Azaria and then Davine Joy Randolph. The two of them, I like that little buddy cop combo that they got running. And then when she was this last episode, when she was all of a sudden she was giving the little white girl who plays piano, he was just like giving her tips, and then all of a sudden she started singing. I was like, oh fuck, what you doing managing? Like, you can sing, girl. What you doing? But she's like the whole time she's just like low key on the cover, like she's
for sure.
I like that. Like I said, I like that little buddy cop.
I wish there was more of that. I wish it was like the first episode.
Yeah.
The very first episode of this show starts off with the controversial picture of her that gets posted.
Yeah.
And the first 30 minutes of the show is her team around her which
was good.
Figuring out how they're gonna manage this, and I thought that was the most interesting part of the whole show. Ever since then, it's been a fucking snooze fest.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with that. I think that's a great point. If it had done more of that, like what it's like to be like, an hour left, there was like, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, what it was actually like to almost be them behind the scenes, but like the real behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was kind of cool, like you said, like that first verse. The other, the scene when they're doing like the music video and they're shooting over and over again, that she like takes her shoes off and her fucking feet are mangled, dude. And it's like, you guys don't give a fuck. Like this girl should be taking like a month or two off, like completely off her feet, like just relaxing. Fucking things were mangled, bro.
If I had to listen to that song one more time, I was gonna fucking kill myself.
For real. Yeah, no. The soundtrack is the worst. In my opinion, it's the worst part of the show. In a show that's based around music, the soundtrack's terrible.
It's terrible. It's absolutely
awful.
Everything is bad.
I'm very now that we like the episode thing. I wonder if like Sunday's the finale. I wonder if it's gonna be like episode 5 or if it'll be like. You know what I mean? Episode.
They edit
8
shit. They edit
10.
shit in from the last episode.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wonder how if they just play out normal.
I think they're just gonna play episode 5 and call it quits.
No shit.
It seems from what I read online, it seemed like this literally they're just waving the white flag. They're just like
that's embarrassing.
It's just so bad and it's been so poorly reviewed that they don't even want they just don't want to air it anymore. It's basically just like, all right, here's the last episode and then. That's it.
If you liked it, sorry.
I don't think there's many people. Like I said, I'm not on I'm not with Los as like the worst show I've ever seen. Like it's bad. It is definitely bad. It's not good. It's not good. But it's like I've seen other shows where I've watched like 3 episodes and I'm like I physically can't do this anymore. This one I don't know. There's something about it I want to keep coming back for more.
So you have like the car wreck.
I do. Yeah, I definitely do.
Like it's so bad you can't.
I do.
turn
Yeah.
away.
Every time, like, dude, The Weeknd's just so creepy. I don't get, like, I think I actually said this the first time we talked about it. I was like, I don't know if he's supposed to be, like, in real life, like a sex icon of sorts. I was like, because I don't get it. I was like, this dude's short as fuck. He's like fucking 5'6", which, not to throw shots
off.
at any. Yeah, I was going to say, not to throw shots at any of the short people.
What the fuck is that all about?
But, I mean, well, you're not a sex icon.
oh, man, the shots keep fucking getting fired.
Come on, man. What are we doing? I'm not trying
All right, good night, guys.
I'm just saying, this guy, like, for instance, right? He's a big R&B guy. This dude ain't Usher. You know what I'm saying? Like, Usher, I get it. He good-looking cat. This dude, to me, I'm just like, I don't know. He's just, like, short, kind of chubby. Obviously, I know his hair's not like that in real life, but that rat tail he has in the show is
it's abysmal.
Yeah. Awful. But yeah, Sunday night, the finale. We'll be talking about the finale the next time we see.
Give me 1 month from Sunday, and I'll completely have forgotten this show ever existed.
I might honestly no, because of the way it ended, we might remember it. Like, remember that show that only got 5 episodes of the Sunday night HBO? Like that's the slot of slots. Sopranos, Game of Thrones, For your Entourage fans out there, like that's a mega slot.
Ballers. Can't forget about Ballers.
Can't forget about Ballers. One of the best bad show of all time.
Take it from advice. It's tough to be 5'6" and be a sex icon. It's tough.
That's not what I meant. I apologize, but it hit though. That was good.
Joke's on you. I'm 5'5".
Hey. Oh, but yeah, no, crazy. Last episode, Sunday night. Check it out.
So what do they do? What are they doing to replace it? Like, what's HBO doing to replace it?
That's a good question.
Something,
I don't
something
know what
get the, something get the bump up, or
especially because they did Succession. Like that's something that was the last season. I don't watch Succession, but I know it was the last season. To me, that was been something that you would have saved for the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they did it when they did.
Yeah, the way they did Succession too. I know you said you don't watch it, but it was almost like that got cut short. Like that, they could have squeezed out, maybe 1 or 2 more seasons.
A lot of people liked the finale. I know that. A lot of people were happy with how it ended.
It ended very good. Yeah, it ended very. It was a perfect fitting, but yeah.
All right.
It was just they all. Yeah, I don't. You don't sound like you're ever gonna watch it, but
yeah, I still haven't watched the last season, so don't tell me.
He's watched it.
It was a very fitting ending to that show in a good way.
Word.
But it was not much to it. I don't know.
I
People
just
like it
remember
more than I do.
One of the HBO summer things that's coming. I think it's like August 12th. I loved the first season, and I went into it thinking that I wasn't going to like it at all. But it's Winning Time, season 2. That show is, well, not one we've talked about yet, but if you haven't checked out the first season, go check it out because it was, I thought, like, shockingly good. Like, I thought I went into it with, like, almost no expectations or expecting to not like it. And I came out of it, I was like, oh, man. I was like, that's a really good fucking show.
John C. Reilly just puts out good stuff.
Dude, John C. Reilly's awesome, man.
Whether he's in it or just writes it, he puts out good stuff.
So I had no idea that before his comedy run, he started off, like, doing plays. Like, he was a Broadway guy. I had no idea that he was doing that shit before that. But he's fantastic in this show.
Yeah.
Especially because he's like, he's like a big, like, a high roller. He's got plenty of money. So he very much lives up to, like, like doing blow. He's got all the girls around him and shit all the time.
Sex
but he's
icon.
awesome. And the guy that plays Magic Johnson, whose name I do not know, unfortunately, but the kid that plays him, man, he is like the most like charming, like charismatic guy. Like you see him and it's like this guy is magic, and you can't help but fall in love with him. Even like as Celtics fans, like he's just, like I said, he's just so like charming. You know what I mean? He's got the smile and the attitude, and he's perfect. Like you can't help but like him. So I'm very excited for the second season. The first season was really, really good. I don't think you guys haven't checked that one out, right?
No, I haven't got to it.
We when I was back on the good old Heron podcast, I convinced him and Jimmy to check it out, and they were both like, "Yeah, fucking good call. Like it's really good." Especially growing up here, we're obviously big Celtics fans. We're from Massachusetts, so the Lakers, they're like the arch enemy, the rival. And even then, the show is good.
Yeah,
the show is good. But yeah, no, check that one out. That one's coming August. I think it's August 12th for some reason. I want to say. I think that one's a Sunday nighter too. But that's the second half of the summer. They got to have something on the slate probably for early. So I don't know what it would be though. I have no idea. I know Westworld's done. That they were banging out those in the summer for a while. Which that show started so good and then just fucking fell off a fucking cliff.
Big time derailment.
Yeah, the first season of that show was incredible. Actually, even the second season was really, really good too. The first one was incredible. The second one was really good, and then I feel like after that,
you got to like the finale of 2, and it was like, yeah, I know where this is going.
Yeah,
not good.
3, I caught on very quickly. I remember you were one that was like, nah, there's gonna be a point to all this. There's gonna be a point to all this. We're building up. It just,
no, it's terrible.
Yeah, I was like, I told you, man.
I was wrong.
I told you. Yeah, no, I'll have to check into that. I'll have to see what HBO's got cooking up for the summer.
I'll look it up right now while you guys.
Oh, there you go. I think that wraps it up for the Idol, right? That's all we got.
Those like, please.
Yeah, please. We spent too much time on it.
Worst show of all time. That's a big statement. You know what I mean? It's a big statement. From there, let's go to a show that we've talked about a little bit, not too much in depth, but it's from MGM Plus, which used to be Epix. The second season ended. I think the last time we talked to you guys, I think it was like episode 6 or something like that. But I think it's almost impressive to have a show do 2 full seasons and answer almost 0 questions.
Yeah, it's kind of pissing me off, to be honest with you.
Like, so much build-up. I guess we got a little bit of an answer from the finale. There was the one big reveal where I can't think of her name, but Jim's wife, she goes up to the lighthouse, and the little kids fucking push her off. Which actually, the little kids say some word in like a language that I have no idea what it was. But on Twitter, I saw that the word means death. So word, got it. And they push her off. She dies, and then she comes to like in a hospital. So it's like, all right, that's at least something. You know what I mean? Because all season they were really pushing the like social experiment thing, which I got into. I don't know about you, but I was very into that. Like, I started looking at all the characters, and I was like, all right, Donna was the first one. I was like, I don't trust this bitch. She's definitely in here. And then the old guy who had been sketched out, I was like, he's probably another one. But now it seems like that's probably not the case. You know what I mean? Based on what happened with her, it's like that doesn't make any sense. If it was a social experiment, I feel like the rules of life and death would still totally play.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There's definitely some weird shit going on. But yeah, they haven't really answered many questions, and it's rough. I was hoping for there to be a little bit more like bloodshed and like chaos in this season as well. And I feel like the season started off strong, and then it kind of fizzled out, unfortunately. But
definitely nothing as good as episode 8 in the first season.
Yeah.
Like when she opens the window, and like that was definitely the best episode.
I like the concept of the show. It's just it's been a little slow, but I don't know. I feel like it didn't really pick up steam until this past season. So hopefully they start getting some more funding and you know, make it a little bit better.
It's done like real like if you like whatever you want to use, Tomatoes or IMDb or like even now like the site we use, Flickster, the ratings for the show are really good. Like people really like the show. And it's not that I don't like it. It's just like I wish there was a little bit more meat on the bone, basically. Like that's a good point when you say like there was a big time like lack of like blood or whatever you want to call it in this season. One character though that was introduced this season that was kind of pushing it a little bit, a guy that I liked was that Randall character.
Yeah,
he was a good addition, even though he was kind of be like an asshole. Definitely a guy that I think the show needed. Like I said, he was.
Yeah, you need some chaos. You needed
big time.
Yeah, you need a catalyst for the show.
Exactly. Which I thought he was going to die, but turns out not so fast.
Yeah.
Which was good. I was like, all right, sweet. Like, good. Let's keep this guy around.
But did you see that thing? I think I sent you on Twitter the other day too about the final scene where she's in the hospital.
No, I don't think so.
So when she's like when she looks out the window.
Yeah.
Like, she obviously in that scene, we see her as her character that's been in what was her name, Maggie, maybe? Or I may be getting that wrong.
Something weird. It's something like old. Like
regardless, anyway, we see her as that.
Tabitha?
Yeah, Tabitha, I think.
Tabitha?
Yeah. but when she actually looks in the mirror, when she looks into the window, you can see a reflection of her face, and the reflection in the mirror is somebody completely different from her.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so...
I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, that was a catch I saw on Twitter. Somebody caught it, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm like, all right, so is this person like... I don't know. It's weird. That is interesting. But yeah, the reflection in the window is not the character that we know. It's somebody completely different, like a different lady. So, very, very weird.
That is very, very weird. Because as soon as I saw that, I was like, my first thought was, is it just death or is it like the lighthouse? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for instance, of all the people that have been like taken by the monsters and eaten or whatever, like, does that get them out too? You know what I'm saying? Again, the show creates more questions all the time.
I'd have to say no though, because Boyd's wife died there, and then when they go into the forest, Sarah is talking to his wife essentially. You know what I mean?
So maybe she kept seeing the lighthouse in like her visions and shit. That's why she went there in the first place. So maybe it is specifically like that lighthouse, some kind of an exit or some shit like that. They didn't
answer any questions, so we'll never know. Till next season.
Yeah, I don't know.
You figure it out.
The reflection in the mirror, I feel like that really changes the dynamic of that ending.
Yeah.
Which like I said, I'm not. I
didn't catch it either at live time. I just saw it on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good catch," because there's a reflection in the window, and it's not the character we know; it's the different face. So it was definitely interesting.
Inception. Now she's in like the next version of the forest. Yeah. This is, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. That's fucking wild. I'm gonna have to go check that out for sure. But yeah, no, like I said, this show is good. Like you said, the concept is awesome. I love it. I love there's a lot of shows like this that are all like, stranded here or there, and they got
with a bunch of questions.
Yellow Jackets, perfect example. The Society on Netflix, I fucking loved that. I was pissed. That's one that only got one season and they fucking canceled it. That show was awesome. That first season was dope. The main character was the new girl that plays Cassie Lang. She's from a couple of other things too, but the new Cassie Lang was like the lead in that show. Yeah, I can't think of her fucking name. But the society, even though it's only like, that's the thing though. Like, I'd like to say right now to the camera, I'd be like, yo, like, go check that show out if you haven't. But in a way, it kind of sucks. You know
I got a reputation.
Right. Well, I'm saying, like, you're going to watch the one season, you're going to feel exactly like I did, which is like, oh, when season 2 come out? And then you'd be like, there is no season 2. And you'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that pisses me off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the same thing as like that 1899 show. It's like the first season was good, but I'm not going to, it's hard for me to recommend someone to go watch it because the season ends and there's still a bunch of questions to be answered and we're never going to get them.
Yeah. That's awful.
Yeah, Netflix, man. You know, fucking, I don't know if you guys saw that, but every time that Netflix put out any tweet on Twitter, I know you're on Twitter a good amount. I know how much Seth you are, but anytime that Netflix put out any tweet about anything for months and months and months now, all you would see, all the top comments were just spammed. Save the warrior nun. Save the warrior nun. Save the warrior nun. Like every single fucking tweet over and over and over again for months and months and months on end. And they just announced that they're bringing back the warrior nun. So it's like if it seems like Netflix is at least listening, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which I think would be a good thing because I feel like they cancel too many shows like too early, like because they're not Stranger Things or they're not even like you know what I mean? They don't stay at number 1 in the top 10 for fucking 10 weeks on end and they're like, all right, let's cancel it. I think it's like too rushed. You got to give it a little bit more time. A lot of shows don't even take off until the second season. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you kind of mentioned with From.
Black Mirror too just came out.
I've never watched an episode of that show.
Yeah,
people have told me countlessly too.
I tried watching season 2. I passed out first. Like it wasn't that it was boring or anything. I never got up to it. But I know that just came out. A lot of people were saying like the first episode is really really good and then it kind of plummets. But
what isn't this like season 6 or some shit?
I think so. Yeah,
6.
Yeah, I've watched the first 2 episodes. The first episode was okay in my opinion. The second one was pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't know those like that whole concept of just like every episode being different. I don't want like
the episodes. Some of them hit and some of them don't.
Right.
I like all the cameos and stuff. They have a ton of different actors.
They got a
loaded
cast.
Yeah, loaded cast.
Oh,
every season,
cool.
like it's like they never even bring back characters. Like every single episode is somebody completely different, and it's not like no name people. It's every episode has like somebody you'll know. Yeah.
Oh no shit. Yeah. I've heard about that one. Yeah, they were talking about that one on the Minahan show the other day. But even like a show that we like, which, well, depends on the season, but American Horror Story, for example, like usually I like the season, but they did that American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's the same thing. There was like a couple episodes here and there. I was like, all right, that one was good. But then there was so many that just totally missed. And I was just like, I don't like this, like the concept of it. You know what I mean?
You know what one claps. Bro
House.
Oh, Bro House.
Bro House was awesome. That was just a straight hardcore slasher for 45 minutes. That one was pretty dope. It was, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Who's the fucking guy that ended up being the killer at the end? It was Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo. Oh, that was fucking awesome. That was a great one. But yeah, that whole concept, I don't know, I can't get into it. People have told me countlessly. Like, even I think Luke's a big fan of it, and he's given me, like, say, like...
Yeah, he propped it up a lot.
Episode this, episode this. And I'm just like, never give it a try. Maybe one day. But I think... Do we have anything else from Foam? No? Definitely coming back for a third season. Let's hope it finally picks up. Let's go to the next show. Show that me and you loved the first season. Again, I don't think we've talked about this one at all on the podcast, but season 2 of The Bear just dropped on Hulu. I think it was last Thursday, I want to say. The Bear season 1 was awesome. It took me a second to finally watch it, but God, that show was awesome. To have a show that's like a lot different from a lot of the other things that are on and just have it be like simple, just like people in a kitchen dealing with a restaurant, running a restaurant, just kind of like ordinary everyday life, and to have it be so stressful and anxiety-ridden, I feel like is wildly impressive. Because you watch the show and you're just like, yeah, I feel like my heart starts racing sometimes, my pulse exceeds, I'm like, oh my God. And it's just food, you know what I'm saying? But the food shots are awesome. The very delicious looking show. The main not the main character, but Lit from Shameless, Jeremy Allen White, he's the main character in this. He does a really, really good job. But the second season, like I said, just dropped. And second season was good. Definitely good. Enjoyed it. Not as good as season 1. But I did notice one thing is that you definitely saw an increase in budget, which kind of just led to, I feel like, better production of the show. I thought like the shots, the cameraing, the cinematography of this season was a little bit better. I like that they kind of made Chicago like a little bit of a character in its own, whereas the first season we're almost only in the restaurant.
Yeah.
This one we were out in the street a lot more. You know what I'm saying? There was the one episode where the girl that's running the restaurant with Lip, she goes out and tastes a whole bunch of different fruits from all kinds of places, but they always show her like traveling around the city. I like that shit. You know what I mean? It makes, like I said, it makes Chicago almost like a character in the show. So from that standard, I thought it was definitely better from season 1. But like I said, that's just from money. Everything else, though, like I said, season 1 I thought was just a little bit better in every single way. You know what I mean? Thoughts?
100%. I still like season 2, but I think there was only a few episodes that really hit hard for me. One of them being that episode where she traveled around. The last couple episodes of the show were awesome when they finally start. Good. Yeah, when they start like getting their kitchen back in order and they start back they're back to the cooking. But I'm very interested in the show. I think it set it up for a great season 3. I think season 3 is going to start off like right out the gate. Like, I think it's going to be really good. So I'm excited for it. I definitely agree, though. I thought season 1 was very, very strong. Season 2 was good. Like I said, there was episodes of season 2 that I thought were awesome, and then there was some episodes that I just thought were very mediocre, and just a little slow for what I was looking for. But where they left it off at the end of season 2, I'm very excited for season 3, and I can't wait for them to come back. So.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I thought it was a really good season for like all of the secondary characters. Like the girl that runs the restaurant alongside Lip, the baker kid, Marcus, and then Cousin. I thought all 3 of them had like very good character progression seasons.
Cousin had the best season at anybody.
He did, because even so his whole thing in season 1 is he's kind of lost. Like he doesn't know his place in the restaurant. And then the beginning of season 2 is the same thing. And then I thought like the last 3 episodes were the 3 that really, really, really banged. But in the I think it's. I want to say it's 8.
Yeah, number 8. Yeah.
He goes and he basically learns at the old restaurant that Lip used to work at, and he learns to respect the craft. And he also finds like his place where it's kind of almost like basically like managing, but just filling in and doing whatever needs to be done. And I thought like I really thought he had a great season. I really enjoyed.
Yeah. He crushed it. He crushed it for sure.
Yeah. I liked the episode where the baker Marcus goes over to Copenhagen. The Will Poulter episode. Will Poulter only had like a 1 episode cameo, but I liked this character a lot. I thought that was a really good episode. Even though it was kind of like slow and relaxed, a lot of food in it, like a lot of dessert making and shit like that. Just them shooting the shit in the kitchen. I enjoyed that episode. I thought that one was good.
So I think wild take here, but I think they're going to bring Will Poulter back at some point.
That'd be cool
next season, and I think he's going to join their squad at the restaurant because
that'd be awesome.
They after that episode where Marcus is over in Copenhagen and he's learning from Will Poulter. A few episodes later, when Cousin goes to that restaurant, the 3-star fine dining restaurant, to basically learn how they run their entire system, for like a split second, they were showing a bunch of pictures of people on the wall that worked there, and there was a picture of the bear with Will Poulter, and I just felt like that was like foreshadowing, like that, like they clearly were close and like worked together, hence the picture together on the wall. So I just feel like. I feel like they're gonna pull him back into the show somehow, but who knows? Could be wrong, but
yeah, no, I like that. I
thought that was a weird thing to show after the fact. Like I don't know, maybe it's just showing that they have a relationship, but I think that they're gonna pull him back, and I think he's gonna end up joining the squad at the restaurant.
That'd be cool. I like I said, I really like this character, and I thought it was kind of different for him. I feel like a lot of the times he's like goofy and stuff. Like obviously he's pretty famous for We're the Millers, but then even like he was in Guardians and he was Adam Warlock, but I feel like even that he was kind of like goofy almost. This one, he was very, just calm, just super, chill, kind of. This is a different role for him, I thought. But I liked that one. There was a big episode, which was episode 6, because it was an hour long. All these episodes, they'll be, anywhere from, 25 to, 30 minutes max. And this one was an hour and change. And we heard a lot of good things about it, so we were definitely highly excited for it. And it was good, but it wasn't as good as it was made out to be. It was definitely different. Yeah. The Christmas episode. Great, a bunch of cameos.
Yeah.
We got John Barenthal back because we saw him briefly in season 1 as the brother Mikey. We got Jamie Lee Curtis as the mom. That was really awesome. We got who's the guy that plays Saul there from Breaking Bad? Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk.
Odenkirk. There you go. Yes, thank you. He's in there. He's one of the uncles. Which that scene with him and Barenthal was fucking awesome when they're at the table. Throw a fork at me one more time, I'm gonna knock you the fuck. And then he's just sitting there the whole time. I must have said it out loud when you were watching it 5 times. Throw the fucking fork. Do it. Throw the fucking fork. Do it. And then there was one other one. It was Sarah Paulson. Actually, speaking of American Horror Stories, most notably from that, she was in. She was like Cousin Michelle. I like that they always call themselves cousin. But the episode, even though it was just like a Christmas dinner, again, kind of what this show does best, like I was just mentioning. Even though it was a Christmas dinner, this episode got my heart racing, man. It was fucking anxious. And I come from a crazy loud family of Portuguese, you know what I mean? I've seen some shit. This was like, fuck me, man. I couldn't imagine being in this house, man. This is wildly uncomfortable. Which we actually saw Sarah Paulson's husband. At one point, he literally just like giggles and he just goes, "I'm sorry." I giggle when I'm nervous. Like I don't know what to fucking do. Like this is crazy. That was I don't know what you thought about that episode, but I thought it was good, but just like
I liked it because it was intense. They did a really good job of playing everything up and really building up the episode, but it just wasn't in the restaurant. It was different because it was But I liked it. Like if you watched that episode during Christmas time or something, I think that'd be a good episode.
You'd be thankful.
To watch.
You'd be thankful for your family, no matter how chaotic it is.
Yeah, very true.
Jamie Lee Curtis was awesome.
Yeah, she was good.
She was awesome. You can almost see where Carmi, which is Lip's character in the show, Jeremy Allen White. But you can see almost where like he got his sense of the kitchen because she's like, when this timer goes off, you plug that in. When the timer goes off, you move this pot, you circle this in so that we can move this around. So it's like, even though she was a psychopath, you could see that she knew how to fucking run a kitchen. You know what I mean? She did the Seven Fishes.
Yeah, Seven Fishes, exactly.
But I think it was like pretty much right from that point. Well, that episode was, like I said, very dramatic and super anxious ridden. From there, the show like really picked up steam. I feel like the second half of the season ended really good. We got back into the kitchen, more food. Just like I said, the food itself, it's a delicious looking show. It always is boozy shit, but I'm like, I'd fucking definitely eat
I love when they get the rock music going too, and they start,
once that music hits.
Yeah.
I don't know what song that is. We'll have to look that up. But every time that shit kicks in, it's just like, let's go, baby, let's go to work. A lack of chefs this season. Yes, chef. No chef. Yes, chef. There was like one or two things I mentioned that I didn't like, which is small, but I feel like while all the side characters, their story all progressed. Jeremy Allen White's character, Carmi, I feel like was almost kind of left floating. Like, what are we gonna do with him? So we let's give him a love interest, and that's what he did the whole season. But then it really turned out to be nothing because she left at the end, and then. For those of you that didn't notice it, if you've seen The Bear and you didn't notice it somehow, go back and take a look at any of the episodes. His love interest was literally a thumb's width away from a unibrow. I don't want to be judgmental, but if you date Anthony Davis, this is fucking weird. I said it to Los while we were watching the show, Seth, and he was like, I can't not see it now.
Yeah, it rocked my world.
Yeah, it seems like something that once somebody says it, you can't.
Seth, that absolutely rattled me the whole time leading up to that. I was like, oh, this girl's kind of cute, and then Nick said it, and then from that point on, I was like, this chick is hideous. I was like, this is disgusting. Like I couldn't take my eyes off it.
Actually, Mitch, did you ever watch Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
The only girl that's basically in that show, like the girlfriend of the main character. Yeah, it's her.
Okay. Because I think I was watching that episode, or you guys watching that episode when I came here one night. So I do remember seeing her.
Oh, all right. You seen The Bear?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's.
I don't think that unibrow's always been there.
I don't think so either. And I was saying to Lewis, I was like, dude, you have an entire staff of people that are hired to do hair and makeup, how does no one say, yo, sweetheart, sit down, we gotta
shave a little bit off.
Take those back a little.
Take a little off the top.
Mitch, I'm not even joking. It was if I put my thumb there, it would have been perfectly
Oh, not even.
Yeah, maybe not even. Ugh. It was fucking so close. But yeah, like I said, the love interest thing to me was just it felt useless. Like I said, she leaves at the end, so it just kind of felt like filler because they didn't know what to do with his character while everybody else is progressing, basically. And then the other thing that I didn't love was that we hired some new chefs and shit for the new restaurant, and at one point, one of them gets actually fired. The guy that was he got fired because he was caught smoking crack in the back. But he was the same character we see before he gets fired that he can fucking chop at 1,000 miles an hour. And they hired a couple of other chefs. I feel like there would have been a scene or two in there, probably with Jeremy Allen's White character, where he could have been auditioning them to work there, and there could have been a couple of good scenes there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that would have been, at least to me, more interesting than just always seeing him with this girl this whole season. Yeah. I thought, you know what I mean? Especially after, like I said, we see him that he gets fired for crack. I feel like that would have hit a little bit harder if we had seen him get high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would have hit a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, there's no connection to the character.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But still a good season. Like I said, if I had to, we did this the other day, but if I had to rate, like, I'd say season 1's like to me, I'd say like an 8.8, something like that, and then I give 7, like a 7.5 to season 2, something like that. Definitely a much better first season. But we're in line for a good third one. Isn't it? You kind of said the same thing the other day, didn't you? You said like 8.5 for the first season or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So we're in the same lines there. Mitch, definitely check that one out.
Yeah, it should be next up for me. I'm trying to watch it.
It's a good binge show too, because like we said, all the episodes are virtually either like
Those
even there are some that are like 23 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love those ones. Just
So
fly
you can,
through 'em.
Yeah. Like the first one, the first season at least, you can probably watch in like I'd say like 3 hours, maybe 3 hours and change or something like
beautiful.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
It's pretty easy to binge, and like it's the kind of show you do want to binge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After every episode, like I said, you're a little anxious, and it's like, all right, like let's keep going, let's keep going.
Yeah, it's 23 minutes.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a good one. If you guys haven't checked out The Bear, Hulu season 2 just ended, and like Lo said, season 3 line up to be a fucking banger. So very excited for that. Last but not least, let's get into the last show here. We have Marvel's newest entry. We have Secret Invasion, which is a show that I've been very excited for going into it. The trailers looked fucking dope. We're dealing with a character that we know, you know what I mean? Whereas the last few, we've been introduced to a lot of new characters. We get Nick Fury in the lead. The first episode I really liked. I thought it started off really, really good. I was very interested. The second episode definitely left me wanting more. The second episode I thought was just a little too slow, but I still enjoyed it. I'm still interested to see what the show has to offer going forward. I do love to see Emilia Clarke in the MCU. Love to see
And as
it.
the bad guy too.
Yes, yes. I love that she's. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I love it.
Yeah.
Love her as the bad guy.
Yep.
Just because we're so used to, like her being, the queen. You know what I'm saying? It's the easiest to cheer for character probably in all of Game of Thrones, aside from maybe Jon Snow, even though I hate him. So, but to have her back on my screen in the MCU as the bad guy, I love to see it. I like her character a lot. You know what's a weird thing to me? I don't know if did you guys both watch episode 2?
Yep.
All right. One thing to me that I thought was weird, especially in episode 2, was Nick Fury was acting like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did catch up on that, yeah.
Like Nick Fury's always like a step ahead. He's kind of like cocky, arrogant, dry. There was a couple times where he was just literally just like doing the Samuel L. Jackson thing. You know what I'm saying? Which I love Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not saying that, but it's just like he's got a very certain kind of role in this, and I feel like he really went against it a few times. You know what I'm saying?
Was the scene that they were on the train?
Yes, that was a big one.
Yeah,
a big one.
I forgot. It wasn't like Two Truths and a Lie, but I forgot what game that they were playing.
Yes, it was like tell me something I don't know about this. Tell me something I don't know about that.
Right.
But yeah, no, he was just being like goofy basically. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like isn't Nick Fury at all.
No, he's definitely behind the curve this episode.
Yeah. What did you guys think in comparisons? 1 to 2. 1 better, 2 better, same.
Guess probably about the same, I would say.
Probably about the same.
Yeah, it's like somewhere in the middle. I mean, I like this. It's basically just seems like kind of like an espionage show right now.
Oh, for sure.
I love that Shooter McGavin's the fucking president of the
Who's also
United
a Skrull.
States, and he's a Skrull.
Also a Skrull.
That's funny. That's my only thing that I'm like so far. I'm like, it just seems like so everybody's a Skrull. It just
I mean, what did they say? There's a million, right? I think.
Yeah, it just seems like it's Nick. Right now, it's just Nick Fury and literally everybody else, and I guess Emilia Clarke, but like everybody else in there is a fucking Skrull.
Emilia Clarke is a Skrull,
right? And she's right, exactly. She's a Skrull. That's what. Yeah. So it's like I don't know. It's fine. It's somewhere in the middle, but
no, I hear you. So like when you say things like that, right? I agree because I have quite so the opening episode. It opens up with. Agent Ross, who's Martin Freeman's character. We've seen him in like the 2 Black Panther movies, and he's made a couple of other appearances, I think. But he's basically like running from rooftop to rooftop, which I don't know about you, but as I was watching that scene, I was like, oh shit, like okay, Agent Ross,
that
like,
ain't him.
I didn't know you moved like that, bro. Like word. And then obviously he ends up like he jumps, he misses, he falls, he dies, and it's a Skrull. So like to me, right away, I'm like, okay, so does that mean that Martin Freeman and every Agent Ross, every time we've seen him, has he always been a Skrull?
I hope not.
Or is that just like one of the Skrulls that took his appearance?
Yeah.
And Agent Ross is still like saying Wakanda or wherever the fuck.
I hope it's the latter of the two.
Yeah, that shit just kind of confuses me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we're gonna need to establish this somehow. I feel like to me, but I feel like me too. Like I don't want Agent Ross to just be gone now because he was only like a Skrull impersonator.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying that would be gay.
They answered my question about was it Agent Hill?
Yes,
like that. All right, it's like all right, well, she gone.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. To have a character,
they answered that real quick.
Yeah, like she's had like. I'd say like 7 appearances in MCU movies.
Decently involved. Like definitely fell off. I don't want to say fell off a little bit, but towards the early ones,
yeah.
I feel like
but I feel like she's only
first
in
Avengers,
total.
she was in a good amount.
Oh, see, I was gonna say I feel like she's had so many appearances and she only has like 15 minutes in total screen.
Yeah, I'm saying like if any of them, I think it's earlier on.
Yeah, I feel like she's fucking had not as much, even though she's in a bunch, and then. You have her killed off at the end of episode 1. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Which I don't know about you guys, but that ending got me good because at first I thought it was a Skrull Maria Hill. Oh, no. A Skrull Nick Fury. No, shit. I said that right the first time.
Yeah,
Skrull Maria Hill.
Yeah.
Real Nick Fury, and he was just always a step ahead, like always.
Right.
And he, like, recognized it, and he, like, shot her. But then when it went the other way, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, I really didn't expect that. Like, I totally thought the opposite.
I agree.
So that was wild. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. The second episode just wanted me a little bit more. Like the first one, very much felt like an intro, and then this one was just a lot of information. I did like the ending though. We find out that basically the main Skrull there. What's it like? Gravik, some shit like that. We find out that he's like taking orders from a husband and wife, they say.
Yeah.
And then the episode ends, Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, goes home. He's married to a Skrull. Yeah. So I was like, oh, man, like, it's got to be them, right?
Could be, yeah, that's a good call. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Got to be them, I feel like.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's, like, using his wife to, like, who knows how much they actually know about the husband and wife kind of thing is what I'm thinking.
Right.
So, like I said, Nick Fury's always, he's not even a step ahead. Like, that's his whole character, because he has no superpowers. Like, Nick Fury's always, like, 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely not like it so far.
Yeah, no, I'm liking it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I just hope it, I don't know, I hope it picks up a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
We've seen a lot of War Machine, but, like, him, too. I want to see him, like, in fucking uniform. Like, I want to see him as War Machine.
Yeah, as a diplomat. I don't want to see Diplomat War Machine.
The second episode when Fury was telling him that his guards were Skrulls, I totally thought that like War Machine was going to be a Skrull too. Which honestly, I still think he might be.
Yeah, that's another. There's one. Like I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see everybody's a Skrull.
Oh, see, I think if you can't do it too much, but I'm saying if you have like a big character like that, I feel like that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
If like the War Machine that we've been watching, say like this whole time, has been a Skrull the whole time. That'd be wild.
Yeah, I disagree. That would piss me off.
Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Depends on how they
do it.
How they do it, exactly.
Yeah. Hey. I think the Skrulls are definitely going to be a very much a bigger part of the universe as a whole going forward, though. I like Talos. I like the guy that plays him too. Is it Mendelsohn there?
Is that the guy I was talking about? He was in Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
Rogue One.
I think it's Ben Mendelsohn. Pretty sure. I'm almost positive. He's good though. I like him in this show too. I like the Talos character. But Los, what do you got? What do you think about this show so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I haven't watched episode 2 yet. I guess still gonna watch it, but episode 1 was good. Definitely piqued my interest. This has been one of the series that I've been more excited for. So I got hopes that it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I know that I'm definitely more in on Marvel than you are, but I've definitely, honestly though, I was all excited for Moon Knight. Like we've talked about that a few times. I was all hyped for that show. I was like, this was gonna be a banger. Like I love Oscar Isaacs. This guy looks awesome. That show sucked. I thought it was trash.
Yeah, it was not good.
I thought it was trash. So I don't know. Let's just hope. Like I said, at least for me, I hope there's a little bit more, and we pick up a little bit. Episode 3 coming on Wednesday. 6 episodes, so at some point we gotta up it. We gotta up the stakes. But yeah, no, definitely a good show if you're a Marvel fan. Go check it out.
Definitely check it out.
Go check it out. We have Loki. I think Loki's the next thing. Then the Marvels, and then right after the Marvels is Echo, which I have almost no interest in at all.
Is Loki's before the Marvels?
Loki is, I think, it's either September or October.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's almost lined up too to almost basically go one right into the other.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like the finale of Loki.
Oh,
so it's probably Marvel's, I think, is like November 10th, so it's probably like the last week of September or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have to say, if I had to guess.
It'll end like that Wednesday.
Yeah.
Before it comes out.
And then Marvel's will be Friday, and then I think the following week is Echo, which I saw early reviews, and people are not big fans.
Yeah, that's going to be one I'm going to try to care about, but I got nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
I'm going to try to care, but that's so unnecessary.
For sure. Yeah, I think you might see like Daredevil pop up in that one possibly. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna need it.
Yeah, or I don't think it'll be Hawkeye again. That wouldn't make any sense because he was only in New York for a second. Yeah, no, it'd probably be Daredevil. I'd have to imagine, just because he deals, obviously Kingpin, all that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? You get a fucking get a wild Spider-Man cameo in there, but I think
they're gonna need something.
Busy. Yeah. At least. I think that's why they're dropping it at once, too. I think if they try to do it week to week, I think they realize that their audience is going to bail.
Oh, when Marvel's doing that, then you know that they know that it's shit.
Yeah, I think so,
When
too.
does Marvel do that?
Never. They've never done it.
Yeah.
It's the first time.
So they know it. They know it's dog shit.
Yeah, I think so. And then I've heard that Agatha's moving along pretty fast as well. I think that one's going to be sooner than later. I think that one's going to be sooner than later.
I don't want to sound down, but...
who's in the... I think Aubrey Plaza's in that show.
Yeah. Yep. That I did know.
That intrigues me.
Yeah.
I do love her.
Yep.
So that, especially if she's just, I don't know, she'd be like, to me, I feel like she'd be a badass witch. I could definitely see Aubrey Plaza being a witch of some sort, like in a coven. I could definitely see that. I feel like she'd kill it.
Resting.
Because while she's funny, she's got like a creepy...
Resting witch face.
Yeah. She definitely has like that creepy like vibe to her. Like even like in Dirty Grandpa, or was it Bad Grandpa, whatever one it is.
Yeah, Dirty Grandpa.
Even though she's supposed to be like whorish and shit, she says all of her lines so like almost like degrading. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking. She's intimidating.
She can degrade me any day of the week.
Shout out to the White Lotus season 2. God, I missed that show. I still listen to that intro all the fucking time, man. All the fucking time. That Tiesto friggin' remix is sick. That's a summer show like that. I hope that's back next summer. White Lotus is a perfect HBO summer show. Sunday night, same thing. Hopefully next summer. Can't imagine that they'll take more than the fucking one full year or 2 year layoff. I hope. Who knows? But from there, I think that's all we got for Secret Invasion, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So we got 2 movie reviews. Like we were saying, it's the summer blockbuster, summer blockbuster season. Everything's coming out, and we got 2 good ones. I actually thought they were eerily, as far as like rating wise, I actually gave them the same rating. I liked both of them a lot. We're going to start with The Flash because Seth wasn't able to join us for that one, so this will just be me and Los. But The Flash is a movie that's been getting a lot of hate, mostly from the ridiculous Snyder cult.
The pouty whiny Snyder cult.
Which, I don't know how, for those of you listening, I don't know how much time you spend on like the internet and Twitter and shit like that. But for a very long time, Star Wars Twitter has been the most toxic, vile community on the internet. And if you ask me, they've finally been overcome because these Snyder, they're just cultists. They're fucking insane. I've been arguing with them left and right, but they're literally ready to like tank their whole universe just like out of spite. It's like you're saying how much you love these characters, you grew up with these characters and reading their comic books, but like you won't go support them because a guy didn't direct the movie. Like, that's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. So The Flash is basically tanking. The last time I saw it was at like 220 mil at the box office.
Second week was horrible.
Yeah, it was like a 80% drop off or some shit like that. But me and Los went and checked it out, and we both came away, I feel like, really enjoying it, no?
I thought it was good. I had no complaints.
I had a damn good time. Just fun.
Better than most of the Marvel movies I've seen recently.
As far as superhero movies go, it was good. Ooh. Yeah, no, it was definitely.
It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It was simple.
Very much like the Spider-Man No Way Home, but for this universe. You know what I mean? A lot of cameos. You're playing with the multiverse again. So that shit was all. I thought that was fun. That's like what made the movie fun. I know one of the big critiques of the movie going into it, at least, was the CGI.
Yeah,
which were all valid. The CGI wasn't great.
Was not great.
Yeah. At the same time, though, it wasn't like the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life.
And I was having fun with the movie, whereas like I didn't even notice it sometimes. Like I saw still pictures after the fact on Twitter about people dumping on the CGI, and I was like, that actually was pretty bad. But when I was watching the live like action of the movie, like I didn't even pick up on it too much because I was just enjoying the film in general. So
there's almost any movie you take, if you're gonna go like shot by shot by shot by shot by shot by shot, you're gonna find something that looks bad. So if you were to take one screenshot of a scene that's however many seconds long, is bogus. You know what I'm saying? Which is a lot of what was circling online. Yeah. But like I said, the CGI, it definitely could have been better.
But it's not the first time they've done that, though. That's what's disappointing. It's not the first time DC's been in deep shit for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you.
When they reshot a bunch of shit from Justice League.
Yes!
Superman looked horrendous. Like, they had a bunch of CGI shit on Henry Cavill's Superman.
Yeah.
I think it was that. I don't think it was Batman. No, it was definitely Justice League.
Yeah, no. Justice League was...
And it was getting torn apart. Like, he looked horrible.
Yeah. So you saw the original version, right? Like okay. And then I didn't. I saw the extended. And because I remember texting you, and I remember saying that the actual villain of the movie, I was like, dude, this guy looks fucking awesome, dude. And you're like, bro... He did not look like that in the fucking
Wolf,
movie,
whatever
dude.
his name is. He looked like dog shit.
And he looked sick.
The Henry Cavill stuff, that was, oh my god, that was eye-opening bad.
And that movie was still long, right? That one was still 2.5 hours,
yeah,
right?
Decent, yeah.
But yeah, no, this, like I said, the CGI could have been better. It absolutely could have, but again, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. One of the other things I thought that it definitely could have used was a banging soundtrack. Like, now that James Gunn's the head of this universe, you know that everything that's coming is gonna hit music-wise, because that's what he does. He elevates scenes by the music choices. I feel like this movie could had a lot of cool scenes that could have been a little bit better with a song that hit.
I totally agree.
But really, those were the only big complaints that I really had with I guess those two things. I thought Ezra Miller, while being a scumbag, I thought he did an awesome fucking job in this movie.
Yeah.
He played two different versions of the same character who had very different personalities, and I thought he killed it. He was very funny. The second version.
Yeah, the alternate itself was fucking hilarious.
Teenage, kind of hippie part.
He had me dying
multiple times. Yeah. Very, very funny.
I thought it was good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a solid movie. I'd recommend anyone to go see it.
I give it an 8.2.
Yeah, I think
we're right in the same.
I think you're missing out if you don't go watch it.
Totally agree. And if you're gonna listen to the people that are online, that they're all assholes. If you just going to the movies, you eat some popcorn. It's a great.
It looks
popcorn
like a good time.
It
looks like a very good time.
It's a great popcorn movie. Supergirl was cool. I liked her. I thought she was a cool character. I've heard that she's rumored to be she might be having more roles down the line in this universe, which I think would be cool. I liked her character. And then the best part of the movie, I thought, no question, was Michael Keaton. I mean, he was fucking awesome. Right from his intro was very, very cool, him being the old man. But then him falling right back into the sleek Batman costume.
His music, too. He might have the best music
to
go along with Batman.
Dude, so they at one point, they go into his Batcave again. So the nostalgia fucking packs a big punch.
Yeah.
They only tease the Batmobile. They don't have actually show him use it, but they do show it real quick. The the Bat plane or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
That they use a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
So that was very cool. But Seth, there's even one there's one real action sequence with him as in sleek costume and shit.
Yeah.
And it fucking that CGI hit. That prison fight basically where he just took down fucking 10 guys. He was throwing the blades off the walls and shit. It was fucking awesome. I was literally just geeking out in my seat. This is so sick. Yeah. Michael Keaton's back. The cameos were fun. The end cameo, I didn't see that one coming at all. I thought that was wicked funny. No,
I think I've seen that one
online.
Yeah.
I was saying, spoiler alert, but it's George Clooney, and it was fucking hilarious. It was fucking. I didn't see it coming at all, man.
I guess they begged, not begged, but they pleaded to Christian Bale.
Yeah, I saw that too.
To make it, and he just refused to. Do
it. I saw that. Which good on him, man, because he he should know that. Just what I say, he is a level above all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't taint the good thing by doing this shit.
Yeah.
Let the kids have fun in the sandbox, but
I forgot who else they tried. They tried pleading with a bunch of other people too. I think it was the very first Joker to like the Adam West fucking Joker.
Oh, word. I was gonna say not Jack Nicholson, but I got
no, they asked a bunch of people to do it, or like we're trying to pitch it, but Christian Bale was the big one that they like basically begged him to do it, and he's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. You're seeing the trailers, but like the Batfleck, Ben Affleck he's got a cameo in this. Again, those Snyder cultists, they love it. I think the Batfleck is awful.
Yeah,
he's fat.
He looks gross.
He looks like a tank. I'm like, dude, like this isn't Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit what comic you want to read. That ain't my Batman.
No.
Like the vet, like the guy that's in the night using the shadows. Like, I am justice. Like, I am vengeance. That's my Batman.
So you can agree. You can agree that
the darkness.
You hate the movie, but Robin Pattinson's Batman looks better than.
Oh yeah. He looks like Batman.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck literally looks like
clunky.
He looks like Batman 2099, just like we saw in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Like he looks like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looks like a fucking brick. Yeah, he looks like a brick of cheese.
He does. Yeah. I'm like, bro. Like,
Alfred's been feeding him too much fucking ham sandwiches. He does though. I remember even seeing a Batman vs Superman. I was like, he looks good as Bruce Wayne. Don't get me wrong. Like, handsome dude.
He does
like,
work as Bruce Wayne. I feel like
pretty much anybody they do, because he's a fucking actor in Hollywood, so they're gonna look good as Bruce Wayne.
True,
but
honestly, I think if this is the worst one, I think it's Pattinson.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep. Yeah. As much as I like the movie, I definitely agree with that. But,
as far as being the Bruce Wayne.
Yep. He looks. Ben Affleck does not look good as Batman.
Yeah,
his
no,
suit sucks.
Yeah, it's his suit. Yeah, dude, he looks like fucking. You know what he looks like? He's the guys from Gears of War. He looks like Gears of War, but with just like a helmet on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like just super futuristic and shit like that. It looks like he's from the future. Like I don't. How is he supposed to fly around and like use the darkness to his to his advantage if he's a fucking big fat fucking tank with eyes that glow in the dark?
Yeah, and he almost looks sometimes too. Even watching those movies, whether it was Batman vs Superman or Justice League, like he looked like he was struggling in that suit. Which is why I don't.
I believe it. Yeah, he's carrying around so much weight.
During, like the fighting scenes, which is why I don't understand why all those people are like the Snyder cult, whatever you want to call it. Like they defend scenes that don't look good.
Oh, the one that was going around lately, like it's like because I haven't seen the movie, but it's like basically like a desert fight. And he's fighting like that 20 guards off.
That was like okay.
This looks
like,
awful.
Yeah, like
it's wicked. Good. It's like the slowest fight sequence I've ever seen in my entire life.
Because he can't move in the fucking suit. That's why. He literally can't move.
And it's like it's straight out of it's almost like a cartoon. Like I don't even know how else to explain it, but they literally just go at him like one at a time, just like all running at him. It's just like. Right. I get that he's like, bulletproof and shit, but it's like, we definitely have a better chance of beating him if 9 guys or 10 guys are just circling him, unloading automatic weapons into him.
He just like throws one guy to the side and the next guy like just runs up to him like a goon.
Yeah.
Like, all right, my turn.
Oh, no. And like I said, the whole thing is just slow. It's like it's so slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hated that one. There was also a couple, again, the Snyder cultists who want to just like bash the movie, which clearly without even seeing it. I saw this one person online who was, he posted, it might have been the one, maybe one of the ones you saw, but it was the George Clooney shot. And it said, I can't believe that DC thought fans would rather see this than a Henry Cavill or Gal Gadot cameo in the movie. And I was like, so you didn't see the movie, dickhead, because there's like a 90 seconds or 2 minute cameo from Gal Gadot as well. Like, so you're just literally talking out your fucking ass.
You stupid bastard.
Yeah, these people, man, they fucking suck, dude.
And that like no offense to Gal Gadot, like gorgeous looking woman, she is not a good actress.
Oh,
like,
she's terrible.
She is terrible.
I know a lot of people like her as Wonder Woman. Again, I haven't seen the Wonder Woman movies either, but she's
very attractive.
Terrible.
She's not good.
Yeah, no, she's terrible. She's terrible. But yeah, no, The Flash, I gave it an 8.2. What did you say, 8, I think?
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
It was very, perfect summer blockbuster movie. Like, you just have fun, kick your feet up, you eat some popcorn, you have some candy. It's just fun. You're not sitting there trying to watch, like, everything doesn't have to be an Oscar movie, which is what we say all the time. Yeah, like, it's fine to just have fun.
That's what I've heard about. The next one I want to see is the Indiana Jones. That's what I've heard about.
I want to watch it too. Los is out on it, but I'm like, I think it looks fun.
And that's what the reviews have been. Kind of same thing.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, like and the CGI is very because he goes back in time and stuff. They're saying like he looks very good in that.
I was gonna say the
reviews are overall very positive.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to check out the I'm probably not gonna see it in theaters, but I kind of heard almost the same thing about the Transformer movie. is like that. It's like pretty much the best one in all of the Transformer movies.
Yeah.
And it's just a good time. Like it's fun. Like they said the CGI is good. They said I've heard that the soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah.
So like I'm interested to check out Transformers. Like I've seen I think most of those. I definitely missed the Mark Wahlberg one because I don't really watch anything Mark Wahlberg unless I have to. But I've seen I think pretty much all of the other ones, and I'm looking forward to that one. But no, kind of the same thing. Indiana Jones has never really been like my super bag of tea. I've seen a couple of the old ones that I liked. The Shia LaBeouf one stunk, but to me this trailer looks like a good time.
Yeah,
this
right.
looks
It
fun
does,
to me.
and that's what it seems like. That's what they did with it.
Yeah, I think Los is going to be wrong about this one again. He was
very-
wrong on Mario. I think he's going to be wrong.
Yeah,
on
he was
Indiana
dead
Jones.
wrong on Mario too. Yeah,
He was. Yeah, he was dead wrong.
I don't
on
know
Mario.
about Indiana Jones, but
I don't know. We'll see.
you
Even
guys,
if you're
guys
out
been
on
fighting Nazis for fucking 70 years.
They said he looks good though. Like he looks good doing it. Like with the fucking CGI and shit, fighting the Nazis and stuff.
Who else do you want him to fight? You know what I mean? I don't want to see Indiana
Right.
Jones fight anybody but Nazis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be that way. But yeah, I'm with you, Mitch. We'll go check that one out. But like I said, Mission Impossible's coming up. I have, I think, one Mission Impossible to watch. I haven't watched the most recent one, which I'm definitely gonna try to bang out this week. The trailer for this new one.
I didn't know it was a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, this is the end of the saga.
Is it though?
Well, supposedly this is supposed to be. The
Is
end
it
of the
though?
Saga. It's true. You never know. As long as I keep making money, which Tom
Tom
Cruise, man, he said it best. He's like, I never came here to be the best actor in Hollywood. All I want to do is entertain people. And goddamn does he do it. The trailer, I feel like, for that movie looks sick.
yeah.
I gotta watch the most recent one. I can't even think of the fucking
And he
name.
gets a lot of bonus points for doing his own fucking stunts and stuff
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Especially with those movies.
Dude, have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, with like the
When he rides off the fucking
street
mountain?
bike. Yeah, like,
Bro,
yeah,
go to
that's all.
YouTube. There's a 20-minute video of like the making of that scene. It's fucking
He's
sick.
gonna
dude.
do it over and over and over. The one with the plane. I don't think it's this movie, but the one with the plane where he literally just like.
Oh yeah,
He has
hangs on the
It's just
plane.
like a cable, and he's just fucking hanging on to a fucking plane, and all he's got is a cable attached to him.
Bro, we watched it together. I think it's Ghost Protocol, the one where he climbs like the skyscraper.
Yeah.
You were telling me that he had to like find a new insurance company to insure the movie because like originally the one that he always used was like, nah, like you can't, like we're not
Tom,
insuring
please.
you to do this.
Tom, please.
So we literally fired the insurance company and went and got a new one just so that he could fucking do the scene himself. Have you seen that one or no? You haven't seen many of these, have you?
No, I got a lot of catching up to do with Mission Impossible.
Dude,
Like,
you'll
I gotta
like
go
them. They're a
way
good
back.
time. They're a good time. The Ghost Protocol one, like that scene, dude, like you want, like I started sweating. Like I remember my hands started sweating. I was just like, bro, the fact that he's doing this himself right now is obscene. Like straight up obscene. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I gotta watch the most recent one. But yeah, no. And then we got, like I said, Oppenheimer and Barbie, which is gonna be the first time I'm doing a
What did I
double
see today? I
feature.
saw somebody's had a wicked. They combined it to like Barbenheimer or something like that.
Yes,
Barbenheimer.
I love that.
Yep.
Barbenheimer.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic. I saw a bunch of like Christopher Nolan was saying a bunch of people came out of like the Oppenheimer early screenings and they were just like basically just like rattled. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they couldn't get like grasp with themselves. And I was like, and that's exactly why you go see that one at 1:00. You
Yeah,
go to that
right.
at 1.
Yeah.
I already got it planned out. And then I'm gonna go to 110 Grill from like, you know, whatever it is, like 3:30, 4:00 to like 6:30, and then go see Barbie at 7:00. I'll have a good buzz
Boys
going.
rolling into Barbie. That's hilarious.
Well, yeah, that's another good reason why you want to go that one that night. If you go to like the day show and it's going to be us with a bunch of fucking kids, at least we go on Friday night at fucking 7:30. It's going to be all of us morons. Which I'll go watch fucking Ryan Gosling do anything for 2 hours. I don't give a fuck what it is. That guy.
I was
that guy
gonna say
can do no
Margot
wrong.
Robbie, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, her
If we
too,
want to
she's
go
great.
that way too.
Ah,
So be it.
Ryan Gosling, I fucking love that guy, man. He's the best. He's the best. I've never seen a Ryan Gosling movie where I came out and I was like, that wasn't awesome. Like Ryan Gosling just hits me every
He
time.
just go on screen and have that not cheap ass smile, but like that Ryan Gosling smile. Like he just walk
yeah.
on screen and do that. Just like.
Have you ever seen any of his like darker movies? Like, have you seen Drive or Place Beyond the Pines?
Drive? I think I did one time.
Drive's good.
Way back.
See, Drive is good. Place Beyond the Pines is another one that's like low key really good. It's him and Bradley Cooper together. And then actually that's the movie he did that. So in the movie, him and Eva Mendes are like married or whatever.
Oh, that's the one that he
Yes.
cheated on.
No. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. Who was that?
Was that Emma Stone?
Was it Emma Stone?
No, because that was La La Land, right?
Yes.
That's how he got with them, Eva Mendes.
You go with Eva Mendes, Drew Placed Me on the Pines.
Yeah.
Like, once they did the movie together, he was like, I literally couldn't imagine doing my real life without her. And they've been married ever since. But yeah, no, you should check those, because those are, like you said, they're not like the typical Ryan Gosling, like, just being handsome and charming as shit.
Yeah.
They're like, darker. He's got like fucking a bunch of face tats in Place Beyond the Pines and shit.
Oh, wow.
Drive, he's a menace, dude. He's fucking awesome in that movie. Barely talks, but just fucking beats people savagely. I love that guy. A lot of people fucking like. I was rewatching La La Land for the first time in a while, like, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. And Steph came home and she was like, "Why are you watching this movie?" And I was like, "Because it's awesome." She's like, "You like this movie?" I was like, Ryan Gosling could probably take a shit for like 90 minutes, and I'd be like, "That was awesome." I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Him, he can do no wrong. Bradley Cooper's another one. Neither of those guys can do no wrong, and they're in the same movie together. Let's go to our last review, though. This is one that all three of us, we checked out together. Boys' Night to the Theater, Friday night. The first R-rated comedy that we've seen in a long time in the theater. There's been a couple of streaming ones that I've actually enjoyed that were pretty funny. But the last good one that I remember being in the theater was from the same director. It was Good Boys.
Rachel McAdams, that's what it was.
Rachel McAdams. There it is. Yep. It's the same director who did Good Boys, which Good Boys was hilarious. And this was, like I said, the first rated R comedy that they built up as being raunchy and kind of like, how movies were very popular, say, from like 2005 to 2015. And I thought it basically kind of lived up to that expectation. I really liked it. I thought it was very funny. To me, it was kind of like a rom-com, but just like R-rated, like very kind of sexual and, a little bit more profanity and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was nice to just go back to the theater and just watch something with no expectation but to laugh. Again, like, just kick your feet up, have some candy, and just laugh. Nothing else. I really enjoyed it. Again, I actually gave it the same rating. I said an 8.2. Same thing for both.
I still don't get what was still don't understand the backlash about that movie.
No, me either. I
was kind of thinking raunchier going into it. No, like that was gonna be, or like I don't say raunchier, but like maybe like more offensive.
Yeah, no, I think
who did it offend?
Raunch is a good word.
Like who would leave that movie offended?
No, for sure not. Especially nowadays when you have Jennifer Lawrence in the lead, who's like the driving force of all the. The more graphic stuff, you know what I mean? Like, the boy's just kind of like the nerdy kid. He's all, like, shy and uptight and stuff. And then you got her that's really pushing the boundaries. I feel like that plays more nowadays, you know what I'm saying, than vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, say, like 40-Year-Old Virgin, when it's just, like, a bunch of guys sitting around and just, like, you know what I'm saying? But fucking Jennifer Lawrence, man, she does a lot of more serious stuff, but I thought she played, like, comically. I thought she was funny. And then for her to just go, like, full-ass, like, full frontal nudity.
Yeah.
In a scene that wasn't sexual, like, at all. That was just hilarious. Might have been the funniest scene of the entire movie.
It got Los's attention. I know that.
I mean, that scene was fucking hilarious. She just beats up, like, fucking, was it a couple or a couple and a guy?
Yeah, it was like
two guys and a girl, three people. Yeah. Just whips all their asses, comes back with the clothes. She's like, I took care of it. And he was just like, what did you do? She's like, I defended us. What do you mean? That shit was fucking hilarious.
They, like, asked her about it, too, like, if she had any issues with it.
Oh, yeah, no.
And she was like, no, I just read the scene. I thought it was hilarious. So I was like, yeah, no problem. Let's do it. All right, Jennifer Lawrence.
All of her presser for this movie was, like, I feel like exactly what you'd want to hear. She was saying, like, she loved all the comedies. Because she's pretty much our age. I think she's, she's pretty much the same age as us. So she grew up on all of the same comedies that we grew up on. Like the Superbads, the Pineapple Expresses, etc. And I think that she's a fan of those, and I think she wants to bring them back, and she realizes that, obviously, right now, it's such a fucking snobby, uptight fucking Hollywood. Let's start to push the boundaries back a little bit. Let's start, open up. It's okay to laugh. Like, it's okay to laugh. Like, it's okay to laugh at yourself. Like, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. Like, I laugh at fucking people make fun of, like, white people all the time. I think it's hilarious. White people suck. I'm the first one to make fun of white people. Like, it's okay to fucking laugh. Like, you don't have to always be, like, worried about the smallest population that we're going to offend. Like, it's okay. Like I said, there's been a couple on streaming. Did you watch Vacation Friends with fucking John Cena? And
No. Oh, I did. No, I did. Yeah, that was hilarious.
that movie was fucking funny. That movie was hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
Very funny. And then the other one that I really liked was Palm Springs on Netflix.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious too. Both of those I really, really liked. But yeah, no, for the theater, it's been a long ass time. Mitch, what thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I don't know if you can go anywhere between like PG-13 and rated R, but obviously you kind of have to do it rated R with Jennifer Lawrence being bare ass. But like overall, like it sounds kind of corny, but I thought it was cute. It was a cute movie.
Yeah.
It's cute. I got some laughs. The best. I don't want like spoilers, I guess, but the best part of it to me was that it's not like I was comparing it a lot to She's Out of My League.
Yep.
And like they get together at the end, and have like this one was different. Like this one,
not the predictable ending.
They
for
don't.
Sure.
They don't get. They're not together happily ever after at the end. So it's just a good hour and a half long, however it was, hour 42 movie. I had some laughs. Like it was perfect.
Yeah. No,
I
for
wouldn't say
sure.
perfect, but it was.
Exactly what we could
It was
use
good.
right now.
I'm still very surprised by the backlash that it got. I didn't think it was that raunchy.
Yeah.
Like not raunchy, but it wasn't offensive.
For the most part,
Maybe it's
though,
like the age difference is what set people up. Like I don't know. I don't know
for the
why
most
people
part,
were so
I've seen
offended by it.
fairly good reviews at least. Like it's making more money than a lot of comedy, at least lately, than a lot of comedies have.
Yeah.
Which I would imagine that the budget for that movie was pretty small.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of crazy CGI things or anything like that.
No, and like aside from Jennifer Lawrence, it wasn't a very loaded cast.
No.
Cousins in the movie. Cousins got a funny role. Just being like the side piece basically to Jennifer Lawrence. As soon as I saw that, I was like, Cousin! I didn't know he was in the movie.
Overall, cute movie. 7.6.
7.6. All right. Los?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I'm a sucker for a good old-fashioned raunchy comedy, so it's right up my alley. I feel like it's a dying breed because everyone's afraid to make a comedy that, might make a few jokes that offend somebody. But no, I thought it was hilarious. I thought Jennifer Lawrence killed it. I thought the movie itself was funny. I give it an 8 out of 10. I was laughing quite a bit throughout the movie, so it was exactly what I was looking for.
So me and you are like, you gave both movies an 8 out of 10. I gave both of them an 8.2 out of 10. So we're right there. And then Mitch, you're only what? You said what? 7.6?
7.6. Yeah.
So yeah, you're right in the same ballpark as us.
Yep.
I think it gets a boost from me, like points wise, because it's the first thing in a long time that's tried to do this.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying?
Push the envelope a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
Yes. Like if this came out like say 10 years ago, then it wouldn't have gotten the rating that I just gave it. But that's because we were getting those movies so
It would have been put on
regularly,
the back burner and
Exactly,
kind of got lost in the fray.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'll definitely rewatch this. Like when it comes out, I'll watch it again for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I'll also be trying to, like, anytime anybody for the rest of my life, or at least for the going future, anytime someone mentions something about dinner, like, oh, we went to dinner last night, or we had dinner with our parents last night, I'm going to be like, oh, what'd you have? And I'm going to pray to God that they say salad, just so I can go, I fucking love salad. I don't care what anybody says, that's funny shit.
Cracks me up. I don't know why. I think it was just his delivery or what. It was just so dry.
It was so good. I tried to get, we went to one of our buddies' birthday parties on Saturday, but I tried to get Laugh to do that on Saturday because he was like, oh, last night we were at my parents for dinner. I was like, what'd you guys have? And I tried to line him up for it, and no one else was even around, so I was like, that joke wouldn't have hit for anybody but me, but I would have liked it a lot. That dry kid, I don't know if he was like the friend or whatever the fuck you want to call him, but he was funny, man. Yeah. He cracked me the fuck up. But yeah, no, I think like we all said, just a good, enjoyable, funny movie. First comedy in a long time. Build themselves up for the R-rated thing, and I feel like they did it. Like they definitely pushed it a little bit, but not like.
Yeah, no. I thought it was funny.
Wasn't ground setting.
No.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just saying, go out there and laugh again.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Which I think is exactly what we need in Hollywood.
You can go back to your miserable, boring life after an hour and 40 minutes. Just get away from it a little bit. You don't have to drag it into, you know what I mean, your miserable fucking prude life. Get out and laugh.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. I totally agree. I mean, I miss movies like that, man. I miss movies like that. But yeah, 8.2 for me on both movies. 8s for Los on both movies. I think they're both, like I said, good summer movies if you like going to the theater. And we have a bunch more coming. Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, Barbie. I think there's one or two I'm forgetting in August that are like lower key but are still pretty big. I know it was a horror movie.
The new Insidious.
The new Insidious. Yeah, I think that might be even
Leo's new movie's not around there.
No.
That's later in the year.
Yeah, the score. Yeah, that trailer dropped not too long ago. That trailer looks pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta name those two, and I'm like, all right, yep.
Yeah,
see you there.
For real, dude. The other day, I don't remember how it came up, but I was talking to Steph and I mentioned The Revenant, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I've never seen that one." I was like, "You haven't seen The Revenant? Like that's like
see the one movie that got him fucking over the top,
which is exactly what I said, which is insane because like that is like for me that's like fifth on the Leo list of movies. You know what I'm saying?
He should have got it as like his third.
For real, no shit.
Should have been number 3 or 4.
No shit. And you know what else I said too? Which I said we gotta watch a movie, but I was like, he's not even the best. He's not the best performance in the movie.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's bad.
Tom Hardy's fucking. He is such a
bad.
scumbag in that movie. And I love Tom Hardy. He's another one. Bradley Cooper, Ryan Gosling. Like Tom Hardy can basically do no wrong for me. And he is like a fucking hateable piece of shit in that movie.
In a good way though. That's how you know he did a good job.
For real, he fucking killed it. But I couldn't believe that. I was like, I can't believe you've never seen the movie that fucking Leo actually fucking won an Oscar for finally. But I think that wraps it up for No Hard Feelings, right? Nothing else?
No hard feelings towards that movie.
Yeah, go check it out. Get out to the fucking theater. Support your local theater. Go see some movies. Help The Flash do better in the box office so we can say fuck all you to the Snyder cultists. And go check out No Hard Feelings so that hopefully we can get some more comedies coming out. If this movie does like well, people are going to be like, all right, cool. People are back down to make jokes. So if you like jokes and you like funny movies, go fucking see it. Spend $10 to go see the goddamn movie. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for us here tonight, right? You got nothing else? Nothing else?
Nothing for me.
Except for me.
All right, word. As always, thank you guys for listening, tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. As always, please remember to share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, do whatever you can to spread the word of the show around a little bit. Our last episode did number-wise for us very well.
Groundbreaking.
For real. Hey, it was our best episode since the Christmas draft, and then if you eliminate the Christmas draft, it was our best episode since the Halloween draft. So aside from the two
best
drafts,
non-themed episode in a while.
Yes, since it was I think the second or third week of October. So we had a couple people tuned in. Hopefully there's some of the Minute fans from my parents. Hopefully I'm going to be back at some point because they did mention me last Sunday. So fingers crossed for that. Hopefully I'll get a second appearance this summer. That'd be freaking dope. But yeah, like I said, as always, share, subscribe, share the word. You know what I mean? Just help us out a little bit because that's where we need y'all. We got some fun things planning for this summer too. We got one already planned out for our 1 year anniversary. A nice summer themed show. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be very different from all the shows. I don't want to give too much away, but it's going to be very different from anything
tuned
that
in.
we've done. Yeah. But as always, thank you to the Mighty Moose on the 1s and 2s, buddy. Thanks for popping in.
Thanks for having me back, boys.
Of course. And then my co-host this evening, Mr. Los. Thank you very much for coming in, brother.
Great to be here.
And that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Go watch some movies. Enjoy the box office. Later.